Good evening, everybody. My name is Brian Bossone from All Out Live. I am here this evening from the All Out Studios in lovely Florida with the great weather. And my special guests this evening are one of my co-hosts, Shannon Poole, and Ryan Dearolf from Florida, and used to be Florida Top 10, and of course, outlaw racer, grudge racer, let's say no prep racer from there. Gentlemen, thanks for joining me this evening. How's everything going over there? Shannon, you're Moss Point, Mississippi, and you are what area are you in, Ryan?
DeLand, Florida. It's a little hot.
DeLand? Cool. How's so we're going to talk about the 2021 call-out season, but I want to check on both progress on both your rides. We'll start off with Shannon Poole. Everybody knows Shannon Poole, the big dookie. Shannon had an issue at the beginning of 2020, right before our first, was it right after or before? Right before our first event. Major accident with the Red Bull. Everybody's seen online. I keep seeing it everywhere. I mean, I see this thing. It's still popping up on the Corvette forums these days. Shannon, tell me the progress of what's going on with the Red Bull. When are we going to see that out? When are we going to see the Chevelle? What's going on with you and racing in 2021?
Well, we finally got the car back from the chassis shop. The chassis doctor out in Indiana, he did a great job on the chassis part of it, and still got a lot of work to do. Got a lot of body issues to solve, and being that it's a Corvette, there's going to have to be a lot of one-off parts and doors and front ends and stuff like that. So I got a lot of fiberglassing to do and stuff like that. But it's coming along, but it's slow. Obviously, I took a big hit, so we should have that thing ready for PRI, hopefully this December. So it should be race ready by January or February.
How's the Chevelle doing with Mr. Steve Matukis?
Well, Steve Matukis has got the Chevelle, so he's one of the premier chassis builders in the country. So I'm anxious to see how that thing turns out. I haven't asked any questions. I'm just letting him do his thing, but it's going to be a gangster ride. So when it comes out, you'll know it.
Good deal. All right, let's go over to Ryan. Ryan, you've got, what is that, 70 or 71 Chevelle? What do you got? What do you have?
It's a 70 Chevelle. It's actually original quarters, roof, front end. Other than hood and bumper, it's still all original 70 steel.
Good deal. What do you run in? You run into Florida. You were still running I guess they consider it the Florida Top 10. That's where we met back when we were doing Orlando All Out about 2 years ago. What's the updates in the Florida area on, let's say, no time racing, no prep racing, grudge racing, and stuff like that? What's hot in the area? What are you doing? What are you doing to your car to get prepped? And what are you shooting for this year to get out there? And what are you looking to run in?
The no time game down here is pretty big. It's all mainly radial based. The no prep scene is growing down here. I'm trying to gather more big tire cars in a whole. The big tire scene down here has gotten pretty small. Everything's going to 28s. So we're getting there. We're getting a bigger, better scene for the big tire guys, slowly but surely. And this year, we're working on a new engine combination, trying to step up our game a little bit more. We're going to be running a lot of the. I just don't have what it can take to run no prep Kings, but we're just gathering a lot of stuff for 2022 because we'd like to do Outlaw Armageddon next year and a couple of the other no prep races. So this year is going to be a big testing year for us and getting everything right.
Good deal. So that being said, let's talk about, well, we got All Out Live coming to Palm Beach International Raceway on June 5th. Shannon, you're coming out next week. Hopefully we'll see you, Ryan, as well, come out. Hopefully, the car's not done. But I want to talk about 2021, the call out. we started, and the plan was last year, right, Shannon, that we were going to go ahead and create 4 classes and do a call out shootout. Actually, we did that in South Carolina. Motorplex was our first one, and then COVID hit, and then the world, whatever. We don't want to talk about that. 2020 is gone. We're going to move on to 21. So what we did was, previous years we've just done basic call outs. We've ran small video clips, put it together to create a show. We felt like we needed to have more structure to the show itself, and as well added to the all out live event, so that the heads up or grudge racers have something to race in instead of just doing a basic, call out. Give them a prize, give them some sort of a bonus for this. So we created the call out shootout. Shannon hosted that with Ray McNew in South Carolina. I think it was a pretty good success. We've got 4 classes. We've got unlimited big tire, small tire. We tried to do a little more. We want to create a little bit of, let's say, more of a matchup between brands. So we're calling it brand battle. So if you got a Chevy, Ford, Mopar, we're doing it's called brand battle. We got Extreme Street, which is we have a power adder class, and then we've got the naturally added brand battle class. Those are the 4 classes, and we'll go over the rules real quick in a second here. But the idea with these were to create some diversity and not just have a small tire, which we know, like Ryan said, tons of those. Hopefully we get them out there, get them on the track, and give a place for some of the big tire guys to race, but go after these new Hellcats and some of these GTRs and some of the imports and some of the new stuff that's out there. These new factory cars, right in my line here, these new Mustangs, 7 seconds, 8 seconds in these street cars coming out of these new Coyotes and stuff like that. Some of the Challengers. We wanted to put together 2 classes that anybody, if you're 20, 18 years old to 100 years old, you got a class, whether it's all out in our ET practice style classes or these 4 call out classes. I think they're good. We went, Ryan and I and Shannon and a few other people have gone through these rules. We tried to keep them simple, right? I mean, this is something that we all kind of agreed on, that we didn't want to over complicate the classes. And we wanted some crossover. We talked to Jamie Otts out there at the Memphis 10 to see what they did, if there was some crossover there. We talked to a couple other groups, Ryan as well, Shannon out there in his area. And I think that these rules and these classes will fit pretty good. I'll go over it real quick. So basically, big tire, we wanted to keep pretty much open, so it's unlimited. Other than you can't bring a dragster and you can't bring a pro mod in. Pretty much it's run with you brung in that class from there. Bring it down. If you got a big tire, you want to try it out, it's pretty much open from there. From there, we go to the small tire, and this is you, Mr. Shannon. 28, 10.5 max tire size, any chance permitted. No more than +3, plus minus 3 on the wheelbase on the car. No wheelie bars. That's it. I mean, that's it. You bring it, you race it, you got a small tire, you're in. The brand battle extreme class, that's designed for import domestic, legal class. You have to have a VIN, working headlights, functional alternator, things like that. That right there alone, stock chassis, no Lexan, true 28, 10.5 on that car. That's your basic extreme street class from there, which is we call it brand battle extreme street. And then from there, we've got actually the brand battle daily driver, naturally aspirated, and we have a forced induction one as well. So we've got multiple classes that cover everybody. So we should be able to cover what, guys? I mean, you tell me your thoughts on these classes. Who do you think? Let's start with you, Shannon, on the 28s. What do you think about the rules? Number one, we should be able to target these guys in these 28s, and should be pretty fair. I mean, I think that's going to be a great class. Anybody out there, I think, should be able to take a run at this thing. And remember, it's 100%, right? It's 100% in. It's like a cash days. And on top of that, we've got about $1,500 to $2,000 worth of prizes from like Wolf Aircraft and Eagle Engine and RPM Magazine. All those guys have thrown in all kinds of good stuff from there. What's your thoughts on the class? Number one, let's start with you, Shane. You're the small tire guy. Let's hear about this class, and what do you think for 2021?
I'm excited about the small tire stuff, especially in Florida. You got so many fast cars in Florida, especially in that area. Those radial guys down there don't play. So Kind of like the same deal in when we were in South Carolina. You got some killers out there too. Hopefully some of those guys will come down. I think the rules, as far as the rules are concerned, simple's always better for me. I mean, a lot of people, you're not going to please everybody, but somebody wants, somebody's going to want special rules to, you know how it is when you're in a racing game. You always want the advantage, but simple rules makes for a simple day. So you just got to get in where you fit in. That's how I feel about it. And let's just go race,
Yeah, I think that's exactly simple. Simple is good. Like you said, we've been trying for years to make everybody happy. That's impossible. So the idea is this: get in where you fit in, like you say, jump in on the 28s. Ryan, on the big tire shootout from there. How many cars do you think that would, or I mean, it should fit pretty much everybody. How many in your realm? Let's say in Florida, you guys, we did Orlando. There's some good big tire cars from there. They're still active and stuff. Give us your thoughts on that class and who might fit into that maybe locally. Put a shout out to them, tell them to come on out.
Yeah, I mean we've got several big tire cars, and I think with having the surface prep, you're going to see a better group of cars coming down for this race. I've got a couple guys that we usually travel with out of town. You got Jerry Martin, Robert Benj. These guys I usually travel with, and they have told me that they will be making the event to come out and give it a run. And I've talked to several other guys that are kind of right on the edge of wanting to try it. Not really in the no prep scene, but I've told them, look, if you're leaning towards that wall of wanting to go try no prep, come try this event because it's going to be very similar, but there will be some bite in the track.
Yeah. So, this track itself, I mean, it's just for this event itself, it's going to be a prep, but it's your basic, let's say, test and tune. It's not a radial prep or anything like that. That actually makes a really good point. So Ryan brings up a point. The idea of the call-out shootout was to create a series this year. So what we're doing is every race that we do in All Out, we have a call-out. But as well, we've designated 2 more events in Florida to try to bring in the local group and from there as well in a no prep. We'll try that out. So we have 2 dates set up right now, and we're hoping to get some more. So this series will actually bridge, let's say, we'll call it mild prep or, just standard, whatever you want to call it on a Friday night test and tune or a standard bracket race. So to complete no prep from there, meaning that we're not going to go ahead and scrape it and all that. We're just going to do basically, we're just not going to spray it and drag it when it comes to the 2 special, let's say, no prep events from there. Try to keep an even surface across the board between all 4 or 5 events we do. But the idea is that we're going to have a point series. Ryan and I went over this, and we've added some points. It's I don't even think we have a list here. I'm sorry, I have to look at my other screen. So the shootout point series, 10 points for every event participation. Come out and get 10 points. 10 points, you go every round win. 15 points for runner-up, 25 for class winner from there. We're going to give out bonus points for on when you sign up for these race events. We have like a referral deal. Some of the events we'll do from there. If you refer a person, every person you refer and they use your name in the referral on our ticketing deal, our ticketing site, you're going to get an extra entry from there. But the main thing, number one, is at the end of the year, we're going to give away a real nice, working on some sponsors, but we're looking for a big purse. We're working with a custom trophy being welded up right now. We're one of the premier fabricators that are making a gorgeous trophy actually for our all-out classes this year and as well for this championship for the call-out. We need everybody to come out. We need to support this. The more events that we could do or get, let's say, more participants in the small, big, and all these rest classes, the more the rest of the race tracks in the area are more willing to jump on board for our series. We spoke to 1 or 2 other tracks that were very interested in doing this, and we want to expand the call-out shootout into them as well. We've been contacted in Georgia, and Shannon's talked to somebody in Mississippi. Predominantly on the shootout stuff, we're going to stay a little south. We're gonna, like I said, the Lapeer event and the Alabama event itself will count as points if guys want to make the trek up to Alabama. The deal is if you come to the local ones, you show up at every one of them, you make rounds, you get points. You're going to be in that championship hunt at the end of the year, and that's really what we're looking for is a really great race series. And we're doing this for you guys. Come out and support us. I mean, it's one of those things that we feel like racing needs to continue on. There's a lot of tracks closing down, and I know that it's happening all over there. There's a lot of stuff in different events, but this one's a little unique. Check out the rules. Go to alloutlive.com, click on the call out, and come out and meet these guys with me. Shannon's one of the hosts, actually will host the call out. He's going to be handling most of the race duties that day. Shannon, you want to do me a favor real quick? Go over how that we're doing the chip draw and how this works. See, the call out's a little different. It's not just your regular grudge deal, pull a chip and you race it. Tell me how it works real quick and how you're going to handle that when they come out to June 5th. And then from there, Ryan, you tell me what your thoughts about this. It is a little different, but it does add a great twist. So, Shannon, tell me how the call out is different than every other race that you're going to go out there in a grudge or let's say a no prep or a prep race.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me now, Shannon? Hello? All right, so Ryan, we'll go to you. You can hear me, right? Yep, please.
Yep.
Are you back, Shannon? All right, let's go to you, Ryan, real quick. So you've looked at the rules, you've seen the format. Tell me your thoughts about, or give me a little lowdown of what's different, and what do you think about what we do in the call out compared to everybody else? It adds a little bit of a twist and some more fun, a lot more fun, I think, for people. Tell me what your thoughts about it, and go from there.
I'm not going to spoil it. I'll let Shannon go over it. But I think it's going to add a little bit of element of surprise to the whole game plan. It doesn't allow anybody to be able to before the chips are called out and who's being paired. It allows us the element of surprise and not being able to know who you're running before it is actually announced. As a group when you're pulling chips. So I think it's going to not allow people to maybe are broke prior to chip draws and get an easy buy. But I think it's going to definitely be interesting.
Good deal. Shannon, you back? Can you hear me? Guess not. All right. So I'm going to go over and tell you exactly what the difference between the call out compared to other events are. When the call out, the idea is you want to call somebody out. That's the name. That's what we've been doing. We've been working on this for a while. We're going to use a helmet. We got our matter of fact right over here, our RGS helmet, and you'll be picking chips out of there. The difference is the chips are not numbered, let's say 1 through 16 or from there. Let's say we have 16 competitors. 8, there'll be 1 through 8. The other ones are blank. You ask, why are they blank? Very simple. If you choose 1 through 8, you're starting at number 1. You get to call out anybody that drew a blank chip. So what that does is, if you're the fastest, or let's say you're fastest or the slowest, you have that ability to choose who you want. You're gonna have the balls enough to maybe step up to the guy with the fastest car that you think is on the property that day, or you're going to play it safe. Maybe somebody you think is the slowest person, or maybe having some issues from there. But physically, you have to call out the other person. I'm number 1. I'll look on the other side. There's 8 people standing across from me. I have to choose that person, call them out, and then we'll see the action and the reaction. And then these guys will be paired up from there. We're going to do some interviews, get some reactions for all that. And then that's how we work through. Every single pass that we do, or every round, is done by a chip draw, and then the people that have the numbered chips call out the other person until we get down to the finals. It's just that simple. Something as simple as that. It's going to add a little bit of an edge, a little bit of a change, something different. It's not just randomness. We want to see, when we're filming this stuff, we want to see who's going to step up and who's not, and who's going to be cautious. And we really want to see how people react by the other person calling them out. I mean, I'm sure there's grudges out there. I'm sure there's some stuff. We want to highlight that, and we want to show everybody as we're filming that stuff. But that's what we're doing. Are we back? Is Shannon, did you get your earbuds working yet? Or
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So I told them about the how the chip draw is done. You did the last one at South Carolina Motorplex, correct?
Yes.
You hear me? Tell me how. So being the first one that was done, how did that work out when you guys started pulling chips? What were the reactions? Give me a little lowdown on how you did it. What kind of reactions you got, and what do you think that maybe you think people played a caution? Do you think people were edging it up? You tell me. Give me a little reaction on what happened in South Carolina Motorplex on the first call out in this new format.
Well, I think that's what's unique about our show. Is can you hear me? Uh-oh. All right, I think I'm good.
We can hear you.
All right, I think that's what's unique about our show is the fact that it's called the call out. So there's got to be some type of calling out. Typically on a chip draw, you just draw numbers and then you pair up the numbers, and those are the guys that races each other. So what our scenario is you're drawing either a blank or a number, and then that's your race order, and you get to call. If you get number one, you can call out. If you know the guy there is, this one of the slower guys or whatever, you can call him out, or you can man up and call out the fastest guy. It's up to you. It's up to the racer. And I think the chip draw is actually one of the coolest parts about the call out show is the fact that you're actually calling people out, and it's pretty cool. It worked really good in South Carolina.
Yeah, we're going to start to edit it. We're going to start to edit that up and start putting out some of this online shortly here. We got held up last year with everything with the COVID mess, but we're ready to get back into action. So I just want to go over it one more time. I think we're good here tonight. I think that this is a call out to everybody out there to come out to All Out Live on June 5th, Palm Beach International Raceway. Whether you're a grudge racer, test and tuner, no prep, whatever it is from there, we've got a class for you. The call out shootout's got something from you. Go to alloutlive.com, click on the call out. You'll see the shootout series, the class, everything from there. And if you've got just somebody, somebody you want to call out, or maybe another shop or something like that, we're gonna be filming all day long, filming these call outs. Go out there, click on the call out submission, tell us who you want to call out, and we'll get that set up ahead of time so we make sure we get some cameras on you. I want to thank my two guests tonight, Ryan Dearolf, Shannon Poole. We look forward to seeing both of you guys on June 5th. Shannon, I'm going to see you in a couple of days here on Thursday. Ryan, we're going to see you out there. Hopefully we'll get together. We'll come on out to the studio here at All Out Studio and do some more talk about the call out.
Yes, sir.
And man, it's great. It's going to be a great 2021. Support the call out. Come to All Out Live. Make sure you go to alloutlive.com. One more final note. If you do sign up for the call out online, which you should, every dollar you spend there goes towards our sweepstakes, which is the All Out Top Fuel Ride Along Sweepstakes. That's right. You could be a passenger in Larry Dixon's 2-seater Top Fuel dragster. Every buck you spend $100, $20, whatever it is. $100 gives you 100 entries. $20 the same way from there. We're going to give that out at the end of the year on October 1st. They're drawing for that. So that's only good if you go to our ticketing site, buy the tickets online. You'll get automatically added, or go to our website, hit shop. You can buy a shirt, whatever it is, hat from there. All that adds up to go to sweepstakes. We want to give that away to somebody in October, and we're looking forward to that. It's going to be awesome. We're going to get some more details for that as well in the future. But Thank you, gentlemen, for coming out this evening. Once again, I'm Brian Bossone from All Out Live, the call out. Shannon, see you shortly. Ryan, will see you shortly. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us.